Hello everyone! I'm very grateful today that you're here with me again with another Zen with Ren episode. As for my own nail stamping journey, I've talked about that I want to become a minimalist, master the basics. So today for my little nail stamping activity, I think I really should get better at simply painting the nail polish on my nails first and then continue to do some simple stamping. As for my little Zen talk, I'm thinking to share something that makes a big difference for me. I'm going to use a few different nail polish colors to demonstrate some feelings that we have and how that relate to mindfulness. So one color gonna represent happiness, another color will represent anxiety, typically feelings that we dislike, and then another color is representing mindfulness. So if this interests you, please stay tuned. Okay, so here we start. I'm picking a stamping plate M300. Look at all these simple patterns. How are they not for a minimalist like me, right? Okay, so this is perfect. And I got some inspiration from these pictures. Aren't they beautiful? And I am picking this color as my base color. This is Cozy B350. And then I'm going to use the straight up black as for my stamping. Okay, so right now I am going to start painting my base color, okay? Okay, so I did a first coat already. I know that when painting our polish, we should do a second coat. So here we go. I think the best way to do it from what I've watched people to do is tilt the finger a bit and then don't do too many times, maybe three to four brushes per nail. So I'm gonna do exactly that. I know it won't be perfect because I am a beginner. So I did my 2 coat already. I'm gonna let them dry and now I'm gonna do my demonstration. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my base color to dry, I am going to start my little Zen talk, okay? Imagine there are seeds planted in ourselves, in our mind, representing different feelings and emotions. There are some positive feelings like happiness, joy, excitement, fulfillment, and there are also some feelings that we dislike, such as anger, anxiety, sadness, and so forth. Now I'm going to start with representing the pink color is happiness. It's a seed that we have inside of us. And when you think about it, when we are happy, for the most part, for whatever reasons, are we really aware or do we spend the time to notice the moment that we are happy? Or are we really immersed into the happiness, the moment that it feels so good that it doesn't really matter if we really notice that feelings, that we don't attempt to observe that moment of happiness? I guess when it's feeling good, it doesn't really matter, right? Okay, fair enough. How about when we have the yellow color, which I would represent as anxiety, which nowadays in our society, I know many of us would experience feelings like anxiety all the time. I do. I really understand that because when I watch our community, sometimes people would share that, anxiety might become a part of their daily lives. So hopefully this video will give some perspective. So the anxiety representing the yellow color, when it comes out, sometimes it can really overwhelm us because it can really overtake our sanity. It makes us more and more worry. But let's say this yellow color is energy source number 1. Okay, as the anxiety comes up, imagine there's another energy or seed, which I call mindfulness or awareness. Our own awareness comes up at the same time. Okay, and then with our own mindfulness and awareness, we will be able to watch, to notice our own anxiety. So energy source number 2, our own mindfulness and awareness, is able to watch energy source number 1, the anxiety. So all these 3 are seeds that we have. Right now I'm focusing on energy number 1, the anxiety, and also energy number 2, our mindfulness and awareness. And through meditations and mindfulness practice that we all can gain, where the fruit of the practice comes up through the form of mindfulness, when we have difficult feelings such as energy number 1, the anxiety, when it comes out, we also have our own awareness, able to watch, to observe, not to deny. From the practice that I've been doing, that I've learned, is in Zen, in meditation, in mindfulness practice, it is not to fight or deny. It is to really accept and notice. The first step is to recognize, which is why our own mindfulness is so important, and it is the first step. Through meditation, mindful walking, mindful sitting, mindful breathing, this is the skill set that we can let it come forth. We all have that. It's not a special skill set that we need to find somewhere else. It is always within us, in the form of mindfulness and self-awareness. It is important to understand that with awareness, it's like a mother taking care of the baby when anxiety is there. It's like a mother watching the baby. I'm here for you. I'm here to take care of you. You don't have to worry. And it is, or like a friend, a true friend that is there for you, that you're treating anxiety not an enemy, but a feeling that you can slowly, with awareness and mindfulness, that you can understand without being carried away. Think of it, let me just pick another color. It's the same thing if I have another, like anger as well. Okay, anger. When the anger comes up, through the benefit of our practice of mindfulness and awareness, it also comes up to watch the anger, not to deny it, but to really, like a mother to a baby, to watch it, to show compassion and love, that we're able to understand more the nature of such feelings without being carried away. The first step is to really recognize that it is there, not to deny it. And then slowly the color or the energy number 2, awareness, will able to start to penetrate and to embrace. The second step is to embrace and bring relief, trying to seek more understanding with love and compassion and true understanding. We're able to really understand and neutralize feelings such as anxiety or feelings such as anger as well. Typically feelings that we dislike or that it can becomes unbearable. And the last step is what we call transformation, is as you look. When you have able to penetrate and neutralize, okay, and it's always still there. We always have the seed, okay. Talking about anxiety, let me use the yellow color. As we bring transformation, you can see that the feelings is still there, but transformation takes place when, look at this, is when we are able to really truly understand it and make it become something like a different color, is when we are able to transform it. You see the green, kind of like a more like a lime color now. Okay, but I guess I'm not here to teach color theory, but I think you get the point, is that when transformation takes place, you're able to have inner wisdom, love and compassion to really understand the nature of such feelings and turn it to your own benefit. But again, this comes really afterward, when the first step is to bring forth our awareness to recognize. Okay, I'm gonna do one final demonstration again. This is like our anxiety. When it comes up, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but at the same time, this energy source number one is a seed that we all have. We all have some form of anxiety, but we also have mindfulness that can come up at the same time to help us observe without being carried away our feelings of anxiety. And this, we can discover that this energy that's always within us through the form of meditation or mindfulness practice, mindful breathing and mindful talking. I hope you really like the topic that I shared today. This is something that I did not invent it. I remember through my Zen practice, it is a clip that I saw from the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a very great teacher. I really learned a lot from his teaching. He recently passed away this year, so I think we all can learn from his lifelong teaching. Okay, so anyway, I hope that you like or find it useful or helpful with my little demonstration here today with different nail polish color. Actually, instead of 3, I use 4 different colors to demonstrate how mindfulness and feelings like such as happiness, even happiness, it's the same thing. Even though it's a good feeling, and exactly it is because it's a good feeling, sometimes we do not pay attention to them, and we often take it for granted. So even I would highly recommend, in a moment of joy, throughout your day, you also spend some introspective time to really notice and how it works, the feeling of it, because they all help us to practice our own mindfulness. And why this help is that awareness, it helps us not to be inside the eye of the storm, or it helps us not to become falling into the river. Instead, we're able to watch it away from the storm of what's happening within us. And it does take some practice, but definitely I think it will be really, really helpful for those of you that, for example, that anxiety is something that you have to deal with. Okay, now let's get back to my stamping. It's definitely dry already. Maybe I even talk too much. So let's get back to it. Okay, so it's actually the time for stamping. And actually, this plate is not that easy to scrape and stamp, because you see it's a large area of being engraved into the plate. So from my previous practice, I learned that when we scrape, we should have be a 45 degree, and also we don't need much pressure, okay? Because when I added too much pressures, many times the polish just didn't evenly distribute over the pattern. So it's not a perfect pickup, but I'm only going to use like this part to sort of make like a, is it called like a half moon style? So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use tape to remove the pattern that I don't like first. Okay, I'm gonna use that. I don't think it matters for me to clean up that much. But basically, my plan is to use like this part. I would do a lot of cleaning after, but here's my plan is to do something like this. Okay. I'm gonna do some cleaning afterward, okay? I will do this one here, okay? I will continue use this pattern, okay? Okay. Okay, good. I will use this part. I will use this part right here for this finger. Okay. Okay, not too bad. I think after cleaning, it will be okay. I think I will do this one and this one. Let me know. I mean, this is my third video. I hope it is progressing okay. I mean, people who are doing nails in front of the camera, I really have to give them a great round of applause because I find it so difficult. Maybe I'm not that good at it, that's why. Okay. Let's see. And then... Okay. It fell. Gosh. I'm gonna stop the video right now and do some cleaning.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I'm back. What should I do with this? I noticed when I was earlier today, when I was cleaning the stamper head, I did not put it back in properly. So that's why it fell off when I simply was doing this. So now it's all good. Anyway, I have two thinking. One is repaint that and do it again, or I just use the same pattern but make it higher, which is what I plan to do, okay? Good or not, that's the plan. Again, that image right here. Really, for people who, just like the other plate that we have, the I think the French, pardon my French plate, M052, it has a big engraved area. And I really think the trick is don't use any pressure. Kind of feel like just using the natural weight of the card, the scraper card, and then I think that's the key. Okay, if a tip that I can give. Okay, so I'm going to cover it. Not too bad. And if you want to give me a tip, off camera, I was trying to clean up my the cuticle area. I think that's what they call. If you have a tip for me, please let me know. Okay, because I spent a lot of time cleaning with the cotton pads, and I don't want to do it in front of the camera, but I will be doing that. What the heck? I'll just do it. So I was just basically using something like this. What's the best way to help myself clean? Can you let me know? Leave a comment. Okay. So I'm gonna continue doing this for a moment in front of the camera, making fun of myself. And then I think the design will be good. Okay. And I am probably making all the elementary mistake. So please do, if you think what I can improve on my stamping, please feel free to leave me a comment as well. But overall, I think now I'll do more cleaning afterward. I'm gonna apply some top coat, and that's it for stamping. Okay, here's the smudge-free top coat. Okay, so I heard that for applying top coat, it's better to glide it. Okay, glide it. Like the, oops, that's a big, okay, silly mistake. I did a big drop, and I noticed many of you would do the edge like that. Yeah, that's so skillful. All right, anyway, so this is my masterpiece for today. Let me know how I did. Thank you very much. So I survived another nail stamping in front of the camera, sort of making fun of myself. But who cares, right? Anyway, I think the main point is for series like this is that I can share some of the perspective about mindfulness and how it can help, and how I can use nail art to have a different angle to demonstrate what is it like to have awareness. And in this video, we talk about how we can use our own awareness to help us to manage our feelings like anxiety or other feelings that we typically that we dislike and can overwhelm us. So hopefully that will help. I can really appreciate many of your feedback for me, for my stamping, or for suggestions for any future Zen with Ren topics. At the end of the day, I do understand that if you haven't practiced meditation or mindfulness through sitting meditation or mindful walking, mindful breathing as a daily practice, it is quite difficult to have that ability, or even though it's an innate ability that we don't have to reach out, it's always within us. It's hard to remain calm when the anxiety all of a sudden comes up. I do understand that. That's why that through daily practice, through mindful sitting, mindful breathing, meditation, it helps prepare us when that time comes. And trust me, it doesn't really take that long. My goal is to really have a different angle using nail art to spread the message of the benefit in meditation and everyday mindfulness. All right, so again, If you believe this content is meaningful and helpful for you, please consider sharing it. Also, if you have time, leave us a comment. We would love to hear from you. Have a nice day. Thank you.